Hey, what's going on? My name is Edwin, and welcome to EDNYC The Lounge. Today's topic, the New York Mets. If you don't know, I'm a diehard fan since the day I was born. I used to live in New York, and everybody's a Yankee fan in New York, but not I. But let's let's just rip the Band-Aid off. The Mets have lost 12 in a row. It's unfortunately we are the worst team in baseball. We have a record of 7-16. That is not good. Granted, Juan Soto has been hurt, but even so, let's just be honest. Our pitching isn't doing well. Our hitting isn't doing well. A lot of people ignore the fact that Lindor broke his the hamate bone. So this is kind of like a spring training. He literally returned maybe 2 or 3 games prior to the season starting. So, when you injure yourself and then you're clear to go, you have to resume activities. That takes a while. And, history has shown in the beginning around, I want to say, if you want to do late March, early April, or April going into May, he struggled. But, he's my captain. And, he's going to get through that. But we're 12 in a row. Like, mind you, I'm in the group chat. I have a whole bunch of people who are Yankee fans. Aha, you talk shit all summer. Ha 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 ha. I get it. You know what? I'll take blame for it. I will, take everything that's coming my way. Um, because essentially, you know what? As a fan, yeah, I did talk crap. I did mention how the Mets were going to be better. I thought the addition of Luke Weaver and Devin Williams was going to be good. But let's be honest, man. And even Ron Darling said it yesterday. Um, he hasn't been the same since Pete Alonso hit that home run to when the Mets beat Milwaukee to go to the playoffs. Like he hasn't been the same. He did that last year with the Yankees. He's doing it now with the Mets. The fans were exaggerating last night when they're saying, MVP to Austin. I believe his name is Austin, not Meadows. There was a pitcher that came in. He wound up getting the job done. And the fans were screaming MVP and something. So pardon me, Austin. But look, man, we're 7-16. We have 12 losses in a row. If there's any positive into this, the Phillies are just one game back of being tied with us for the worst team in the league. We'll bounce back, but changes need to be made. I'm going to be honest, as a diehard fan, I feel like Mendoza got to go. You know what? Some of the decisions he's been making, bullpen decisions, hitting situations. Like last night, they mentioned how they took out MJ Melendez, who has been possibly one of our best hitters this past couple of weeks. And to avoid him, he's a left-handed hitter, so to avoid him facing a left-hander, they took him out and put Luis Torrens, who normally pinch hitting, he does decent. But it was just the decision making. You know what? The pitcher, Anthony Banda, he wasn't going to be in there the entire game. He's a situational pitcher. And we took a situation, and I felt like it cost us because the man has been hitting. The man's been getting on base. Torrens went 0-for-2, striking out twice on pitches that are out of the strike zone. And, it's just the decision making. Then he takes out Brett Beatty, puts in Tyrone Taylor, and I get it. You want speed on the bases, but I'll be honest, you got to get on the bases. Taylor does have a better arm. But yeah, just some of the decision making, the bullpen. Brazenbond has been good for us. But then after that, man, it's just like Devin Williams, he's shaky. You look at his numbers, man. It's been bad. And I wonder, is it the New York pressure? Is it the media? Or did you just not get over, like Ron Darling said yesterday, he's not over the fact, Pete Alonso hit that home run and it eliminated the Brewers and sent the Mets to the next round. So, some pitchers are quick to forget. Some pitchers that stay stuck on their mind. But yeah, it's just unfortunate, man. 12 in a row. We play tonight. Juan Soto is back tonight. Does that help? Let's see. But I'll be honest also, the situation that we have at first base is bad. We don't have a legitimate first baseman. Vientos is naturally a third baseman. Jorge Polanco is naturally a second baseman. Brett Beatty, naturally a third baseman. Jared Young, naturally an outfielder. So the fact that we're platooning people in, I'll be honest, man, Josh Bell, I would have taken him. I would have sent him an offer There's other people who we could have gotten for cheaper, and I get it. Jorge Polanco had a decent second half. But if he's not going to be our DH, then what are we doing? Just platooning him at first. And I'll be honest, man, he hasn't been healthy. The man is like his Achilles is hanging on by a thread. That's not a good sign. So, and I'll be honest, man, all the signings that Stearns did on paper it looks amazing, but in reality, none of it's panned out. Luis Roberts has had a good week. That's about it. That first good week, maybe 2 weeks of baseball, but then just hasn't been producing. And I get it, it's early in the season, so I'm not giving up on the Mets. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, that's it, it's over. It's not over. But decisions have to be made. At a certain point, how much more longer do we have to lose before you just say, you know what? This manager is just not cut out for it. He's a great manager. I just don't think he's built for the New York long term. But then also, you got to blame Stearns. David Stearns, who was our general manager, you got to get these guys to pieces. The manager could put the situations, they could put the players out there. If the players aren't producing, what can we do? You know, the manager can only do so much. But once again, baseball is a strategic game and you just got to make better decisions, you know? So there's a lot to blame. There's the players, there's the management, like Stearns, there's the coach. You know, I'll be honest, Jeremy Hefner leaving, he was a great pitching coach. Our pitching staff isn't solid. You have Peralta and you have McLean. After that, everybody's iffy. And this is coming from a diehard Met fan. Peterson's been great the last 2 years. He hasn't been good this year. Even late last season, he hasn't been good. I'll be honest, Kodai Senga, ever since Pete Alonso tossed him tossed him the ball to first base, hasn't been the same. He got injured and he hasn't been the same. Look, he's missing a start tomorrow, so we're calling up Christian Scott tomorrow. That should tell you a lot, man. Sean Manaea, his velocity's down. He's not pitching as hard as he used to. I'll be honest, when you get demoted from a starting rotation to the bullpen or, you know, a plug and play kind of guy, it's not good. You know, some people can handle it, some people can't. That's it. Our pitching staff is not good. And we need to either call up some prospects. I mean, it's like we losers in the last 12. What else can we do? Or you can trade those prospects who are highly valued and get solid pitching. We need a bullpen. We need starting pitching. We need hitters. I'll be honest, we don't have a great bench. The teams that win, their benches are solid. They're not going to hit home runs, but they're going to get on base. They know their role. They know, okay, let me get on base, whether it's contact, whether it's a bunt, whether it's drawing a walk. They know how to play the game, how to be aggressive. The Mets, we need an upgrade, man. But I know a lot of people are saying that the owner, Steve Cohen, isn't focusing on baseball. He's focusing on the new casino. Whether that's true or not, we never know. But what we know right now is that we're losers of the last 12, and we need to change something. We need to win. So hopefully Soto comes back tonight. He's able to produce that spark in the lineup. Even the tinkering of the lineup, putting Lindor first, putting him third, putting him second. Like, we got to do better, man. Because it's like if Bichette's not playing the way he's supposed to play, what was that money for? And I get it as a 3-year deal with the option to opt out after one, but, you know, what are we doing? Literally every signing that we did, Bichette, Polanco, Luis Roberts Jr., trying to think of other people we've gotten. Nobody's produced. We just got to shake things up. I get it. It's still April, still the first week of the month. Pardon me, first month of the season. We still have a whole bunch of baseball to go. But as a diehard Met fan, how much more can we take before we start placing the accountability on not the players, not only the players, the coaches, the managers. We got to do better, man. We got to do better.